Hello and welcome to another Tiva Drive Express. And why is it Express this time around? It's because we are testing again a 2024 Genesis GV60 Performance. We were hoping to get hold of the regular all-wheel drive version, which is less powerful, but we got again an updated version of the performance version, which is 420 horses standard and 480 horsepower with the boost button, using the boost button. So we're gonna try and launch it a few times for you to see how it feels compared to its two new siblings, Kia EV6 GT, which we drove recently, and the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, which we're hoping to test drive soon, as well as Mach-E GT by Ford and BMW i4 xDrive 50M. Price-wise and performance-wise. So basically no changes. Beautiful 21-inch wheels. Many people commented on the 21-inch wheels that accompany the performance version, with 255 wide tires, same size front and back. Still a very unique LED signature in front, where the headlights are towards the middle and the DRLs are towards the outside of the display here, with the very large grille in front. A beautiful white interior. This is a dark gray color, self-presenting door handles. The interior is very similar to its Kia and Hyundai siblings, and of course you have the fixed glass sunroof, which is unfortunate. We prefer the EV6's opening sunroof. The shape of the car is quite unique as well. And the back again hasn't changed at all. You have the LED lights in the back as well. The car does not have the green plates, it has manufacturer plates on it. So we have to be careful when we use the HOV lanes. We don't want to be explaining ourselves to an officer why we are using the HOV lane. Anyways, so here it is. Let's just jump right in and try and launch it and give you our impressions of the Hypermile and the highway test this time around. And this time around we're driving it in kind of an early spring with the spring-like temperatures. Hopefully it won't rain, so we can launch it properly for you. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we are again inside a 2024 Genesis GV60 Performance. Let's jump in and give you impressions of its sport mode launch, and I will give you the results of our test results for Hypermile and highway. Okay, let's jump in and take your first spin. Unfortunately, the weather in this early May is very unpredictable. It's supposed to be sunny, but it's raining. So it will affect our launch in sport mode. We are in sport mode. You will hear the sounds. We have the sound effects at maximum. By the way, the turning radius is not very good. It's really not very tight. So there we go. So at first we will just do it without the boost button. So let's just press it. We're on a country road with a high speed limit. It's okay, but it's not very impressive compared to its competition. So again, its competition is it's two siblings, it's two cousins. The EV6 GT, which came out after this version of GV60 Performance, and also the brand new Ioniq 5N, which has even more horsepower. So here again, we're dealing with 480 horsepower with the boost button activated for 10 seconds versus 580 on the EV6 GT and 640 horsepower with the boost on the Ioniq 5N, the most powerful. The difference is high threes versus low threes. Big deal. Is it really that important? This car is 80 grand, so it competes with Mach-E GT, BMW i4 50M, and it's about 2 to 4 grand more expensive than its Kia Hyundai high performance sedans. So let's try and stop and launch it here safely. We'll wait for the car to pass, and we'll use the boost button here on the right hand side. So we'll come to a full stop and try and launch it. Because the surface is slightly wet, we may feel the wheels spinning a bit. So there we go. Let's stop it. Let's activate the boost, and you will see it on the dashboard here, hopefully, and you'll hear the full sounds of we are in iPedal. Double tap on the left, boost, activated, and it spins the wheels a little bit. There we go. So basically, you know, it's not as impressive, and there is a bit of a delay once you floor it. There is no launch mode per se, where you depress the brake pedal and you floor the accelerator pedal. We can try it, but I don't think that's gonna work in this car. So let's try it again. Brake. Full on. No, there is no launch pad. Boost, boost. We are able to, so there's no official launch mode on this car, but it's high threes again, so it doesn't feel as quick as some of its competition, such as the Mach EGT Performance, or its cousins, Kia EV6 GT. We have not driven the Ioniq 5N. I assume it's going to be even more violent. Even the Tesla Model 3 Performance and Model Y Performance, it's much more violent acceleration than this car. This is more kind of luxury-oriented car, and so treat it as such. Some of these luxury amenities, such as the cooled and heated and massaged seat that you can adjust in so many different ways, does not exist. Both the Kia and Hyundai versions of the high-performance cars have manual seats in this version. So here you get the more luxurious treatment, and that's the whole point. So it'll compete more with the BMW than the Ford. Excuse me. Of course, it does compete with Model Y Performance. It is actually priced above it, because it's priced from 80 grand plus options. But it is a very interesting proposition. We just wish, our issue with this car is this: as much as here and Hyundai cars having wired Android Auto is fine, I think Genesis should have a wireless Android Auto, to be honest. Same with the sunroof. It should be an opening sunroof in the Genesis brand, such as the Kia EV6 GT. It has an opening sunroof. So we wish those two items were present. In terms of the HDA2, it's not as sophisticated as the BMW's Assist Plus. It's not a hands-free system, and it's actually it's quite annoying in terms of its reminders. Even if you're holding your steering wheel, it'll still remind you to hold it, especially when you're changing lanes. You have to tug at the wheel, and if you tug at the wheel too strongly, it'll disconnect the auto steer and the auto lane change. So it's kind of a little bit annoying. It doesn't have the attention monitors like a BMW hands-free system or the Ford hands-free system. And so it's basically, by now, the Kia Hyundai Genesis, especially the Genesis brand, should probably have this autopilot, auto steer system a little bit more sophisticated, and introduce hands-free system, at least on this luxury brand. So that's about it. Again, if you have any questions regarding this and changes to this model from last year's when it was introduced, let us know. We hope to be able to drive both the base all-wheel drive version as well as the rear-wheel drive version, which should be the longest range, Genesis GV60. We have driven GV70 and G80, the entire Genesis lineup of full electric cars. Apparently now the Genesis brand is considering going back to plug-in hybrids and hybrids. So we'll see how that pans out, because the market for electric cars is more challenging now than everybody anticipated. But anyway, so that's about it for today. Thank you for watching. Please send your questions in the comments below. And as usual, do not forget to press the subscribe button on our channel to be informed when the next test drive is available. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next review. So just a quick word about the consumption. We promised to tell you what we were able to get. The consumption, we always set the consumption screen to be present here. As you can see now, just a few kilometers during our video shoot, the consumption was 20. So on the highway, using our usual, speed of, the middle to left lane speed on the highway 400 with the climate on, because it was quite hot yesterday, 27 degrees plus humidity. We got a result of about just over 21. And then off the highway on a side road to reach our lake house, we got a consumption of about 15.8, which is not bad. So that's about it for consumption. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to comment on the video. We'll try and answer your questions. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next review.